In my studies and experiences of the connection between spirituality and health, it's taken me to explore other cultures and other traditions around the world, to look at how they look at the healing journey, how they understand medicine and health. And it's given me a lot to think about, because coming from a background where I worked in Western healthcare, at the bedside, side by side with physicians and nurses and pharmacists, I could see some striking similarities and a lot of very revealing and probably important differences. One of the most significant differences that I noticed in the actual physical medicine that's prescribed is that there tends to be a tendency towards a slower, more gradual approach to healing. What we find in the Western medicine is a true excellence in the ability to approach acute problems. So when it comes to things like surgery or eliminating the immediate pain that someone might be experiencing, Western medicine is outstanding at that. But when it comes to addressing chronic conditions, when it comes to addressing things so that they don't return again and again over time, or addressing things in a way that the medicine doesn't create side effects, we actually find that a lot of the non-Western traditions have a lot to teach us. We look at Ayurveda in India, we look at Chinese medicine in the East, and we also look at the practices of indigenous medicine. A lot of the indigenous healers that I've worked with herbal medicines, much the way we work with pharmaceuticals, except what they do is they work with doses that have a far slower and subtler effect. So we see that the healing process takes time, it takes more time. But in the end, what I've observed is that we have this ability, or they have this ability, to address the root of the issue rather than just being preoccupied with eliminating symptoms. And I try to share this in my work with people, not to be quite so driven to find immediate gratification. You know, we learn a lot of things on television and the way we buy products and the way we cook food in microwaves. We become a very instant society. But when we look at the way other cultures address healing, particularly those that have a spiritual foundation to their forms of medicine, we find that taking time and letting nature be a part of the process is absolutely essential. What's particularly interesting about those approaches to healing in medicine is that we see a lot fewer side effects because the medicine is more gradual, particularly when we think about herbal medicines or some of the energy forms of medicine. We see that the process may take time, but the outcomes last and the side effects are few.